Gérard avec moi?
Non, pourquoi Robert?
Alors, on reste là?
C'est très bien comme ça. Et puis c'est la condition idéale du spectateur de cinéma.
Jean-Luc Godard said, "A story should have a beginning, a middle, and an end, but not necessarily in that order. We will pay him homage before we get started with our day-to-day. It is an honor for us to live in the same world as the man who once dreamed of filmmaking. We can all agree that the legend stage will never come to an end." Good morning, everyone. A very warm welcome to all the dignitaries, respected judges, esteemed faculties, to all the participants and my dear friends. With great pleasure, I, Riya Shaw, a student of BFA-VFX final year of Techno India University, stand here to welcome you all to this Bewildering Film Festival, led by iNurture Education Solution on the path of Techno India University. For the first time, the BFA in Digital Filmmaking and VFX department is writing a new chapter in Techno India University's Film Festival history. This day will be recognized as the beginning of a new platform for the upcoming filmmakers. Our department, BFA in Digital Filmmaking and VFX, is a 4-year professional degree course, which helps in building and shaping the skills of the artists for cinema and animation. So, our respected faculty saw the passion to do something big. This is a feeble attempt from us in the hopes of immortalizing filmmaking in today's world. Thank you all for supporting us as we got an immense, overwhelming response from all over the world. It is with great pleasure to announce that more than 100 universities, schools, colleges and institutions participated in this film festival. And today the winners will be declared among 250 films and 50 photographs. We inspire the next generation of this industry to be limitless and take their dedication to achieving great heights forward. We are here to witness this event and see it prove a great success. Therefore, with a huge round of applause, let's begin the grand opening of our International Film Festival 2022 named Frameology. With that, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to say the light and brightness has always been equated with positivity, and motivation is seen as the harbinger of good. To start us off on an auspicious note, we will have the lamp lighting ceremony with Ganesh Mantra. And ladies and gentlemen, to do the honors, we have an esteemed gathering amongst us. Please may I request the following dignitaries to kindly head over to the lamp. With a huge round of applause, please welcome Professor Dr. Reena Paladi, Director of Techno India University. Please welcome Professor Dr. Sujay Biswas. Please welcome Mr. Parthadas Biswas.
All the faculties of the department. All faculties, please.
I request all the faculty to join for the lamp lighting ceremony. Can we have a huge round of applause for Reena Paladi? And then we have a small gift
This is hard.
Ma'am, one more time. Sir,
फोटो देखे सामने से मुझे
May I please request Reena Paladi ma'am to say a few words?
Good morning. Good morning, student.
Good morning, ma'am.
Thank you. Respected dignitaries, my dear colleagues, my dear participants, and my beloved student. So it is really an honor and privilege for me to be a part of this first edition of Frameology, International Student Film Festival, organized by the Department of BFA for Digital Filmmaking and VFX from iNurture and also the Techno India University, West Bengal. I am very much delighted to know that the response across the globe is more than 200. So it is really encouraging for this first edition of Frameology. So now I am confident, so next edition will be around 500. So thank you so much for your wholehearted effort to make the first edition always successful. So I express my heartfelt gratitude to the eminent judges for taking out their valuable time to judge this screens and all. But we are sorry because there are more than 200 responses. We cannot screen all today. So few selected short film and also the documentary will be screened today, so that the student you can see and you can find out what is good in that, so you can do next time far more better than this time. So we are very much on behalf of Techno India University, West Bengal and iNurture, I take this opportunity to welcome honorable dignitaries and filmmaker Mr. Shubhrata Sen, Ms. Indrani Chakraborty and Mr. Manoj Michigan. It is a great opportunity for the student to experience the filmmaking workshop by this eminent speaker, that is Master Talk and Scopes and Hopes in Digital Filmmaking and Documentary Filmmaking. I am sure that the student will enjoy the session and will be able to enrich themselves by interacting with these great personalities. Now it is the time we, on behalf of all the members of Techno India University and also iNurture, I take this opportunity to express our heartfelt thanks and gratitude to our Honorable Chancellor Sir, Professor Dr. Gautam Roy Choudhury and Co-Chancellor Madam Professor Manushi Roy Choudhury for providing us this platform so that we can do something for the students, for the society, and also for their constant support, inspiration, motivation, encouragement, and also blessings. So that's why we are able to organize this such program, because of this support only. And two young leaders, that is Mr. Meghtul Roy Choudhury and Ms. Pauline Nanavara, they are also with us for each and every innovative initiative in this campus. So their support is always there. And finally, I should also thank our corporate leaders. Without their support throughout, it is very difficult to organize such event. So that is Mr. Anit Adhikari, Director and CEO, Professor Dr. Shujoy Vishwas, and also our young leader, Parthadas Vishwas. Without their support, really, we cannot organize, we cannot conduct anything at this campus. And finally, I like to appreciate and acknowledge the initiative taken by this department to organize such an event which is happening in our campus first time. So that's why I was so excited, and when I got a message from Abhijit sir, the students will be waiting for you for the lamplighting. So student is very close to my heart. So I thought I may have some problem, but definitely I must attend that to encourage the student. So student, it is thanks from the entire university for organizing such event, and I expect you will continue to do such events in future as well, and mornings of the days. So this is the first edition. This is wonderful. So I know you can do better, but you should not be satisfied with what we achieved. We should always think we can do something better than this. So slowly we expect every passing year there must be some addition, some betterment in this Frameology. Slowly, so that you can consider it to a center of excellence of this filmmaking. So all the best, my best wishes, my blessings are with you. All the best for this film festival, and all the best. May God bless you all. Thank you so much.
Now may I please request Mr. Parthadas Vishwas to please come on the stage for students felicitation. Please put your hands together for Mr. Parthadas Vishwas. Now let's get started with the core of the event for what we all have gathered here. Shortly, we will be experiencing some creative visual and amazing thoughts on the screen, along with the hard work and innovative ideas of the young filmmakers. Here, we present the officially selected short films followed by the photographs of the today's film festival, Frameology. Parallelly, in room number ground 05, opposite to this room, you will be experiencing the film screening of short documentaries and short films. So let's begin. may I please request Professor Ishan Sir Bose, student founder and teacher of Techno India University. Please put your hands together for Ishan Bose sir. So may I please request you to say a few words.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Honorable Director Dr. Rina Palati, Honorable Bhatula Vishwas, Director Techno India, HOD of iNurture, all the HODs and Honorable Faculty members of iNurture, and beloved students who are present here. You people are actually the architect of the film fraternity that we all enjoy. But the pain and the talent that you actually deliver in order to make it a huge success was incredible, is incredible. Hats off to you people. Thank you for inviting me here. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Now we will resume with our film screening.
हर बात को सुन हवा का नहीं
যদি এআরটি মেডিসিন ৰেগুলাৰলি লৈ থাকে তেতিয়ালে তেওঁলোকে এক সুস্থ জীৱন যাপন কৰিব পাৰে।
कपड़े धोते, खाना पकाते, नाश्ता बनाते, सब काम जो काम मिले वो करते।
বইয়ের খনি তিলোত্তমার কলেজ স্ট্রিট বইপাড়া। প্রায় 200 বছরেরও বেশি সময় ধরে এই অঞ্চলকে কেন্দ্র করে গড়ে উঠেছে ছোট বড় নানা প্রকাশনা সংস্থা। বাংলার পুতুল বাঙালির অন্যতম প্রাচীন ঘরোয়া শিল্পকর্ম। সুপ্রাচীন কাল থেকেই বাংলার ঘরে ঘরে পুতুল তৈরি করা হয়ে থাকে। মায়েরা বালিকাদের খেলার জন্য কাপড়ের পুতুল বানিয়ে দেয়, মাটির পুতুল গড়ে দেয়, নানা কাজের মিস্ত্রিরা
So with our tradition, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to welcome our esteemed guests by presenting them a token of appreciation. First and foremost, may I please request Abhijit Ghosh sir, head of our department, to kindly come upon the stage and present a token of appreciation to our honorable judges. A huge round of applause for Abhijit Ghosh sir. Yes, sir. Now let's welcome our jury. She believes that journey is more important than the destination. National Award winner for the Best Adventure Film for her documentary, Ladakh Chale Rikshawala, and with several documentaries and short films in her directorial hat, she received the appreciation in various film festivals, nationally and internationally, including the MIF, the Dhaka International Film Festival, Kurs International Film Festival, Hamburg, Germany, and to name a few. We are privileged to have her among us. A huge round of applause for the inspiring woman, Indrani Chakraborty. Can we have a huge round of applause? He is a popular actor, director, screenwriter, and producer for Bengali cinema, With 15 years of experience in the film industry, he has directed 5 feature films in Bengali and 2 short films. He has given the industry some amazing films, starting with Hello Kolkata in 2008, Damadol in 2013, 89 in 2015, Ami Joy Chatterjee in 2018, Tritya Adhyay in 2019, I Reborn in 2019. With a huge round of applause, please welcome Mr. Manoj Michigan. Once again, can we have a huge round of applause? Thank you so much, sir. As we say, teaching is more than imparting knowledge. It is inspiring change. As I believe every hard work takes time to be appreciated, and so the appreciation should also needs time. Today, we saw the direction, scripting, cinematography, acting, and so many other talents under one roof. Thus, by taking the guidance from our masters present here today, we will request each judges to say few words and a message they would like to pass on to the young budding filmmakers. Let's hear it out from our masters.
I don't exactly know what I'm expected to say, but I would like to share my experience of making the film for which I have got the National Award. I have been making films for about 17, 18 years now. But mostly, you know, you have to survive. So I have made the bread and butter films, films for NGOs, for corporates, for Roopkala also I've made a film. And then, though it is rare and far between, I get to make sometimes my films, which I call my films, which are like conceived and thought of and then executed by me in my own way without anybody imposing anything. And so far I have made 3, 4 of my films, and the others are all have, you know, commissioned work, as I say. So documentaries, it has happened like that. I always aspired to make fiction, which I still do, and I have made a feature film very recently. But documentaries I started because that was the work I got, that opportunity I first got. When I did a small course from Chitrabani, like you people are doing, yours is a big course for 4 years, but mine was a 5-month workshop, which they called Initiation to Filmmaking. So after that, I got a job in Akash Bangla. Akash Bangla was just starting at that point, and they had slots for documentaries. Like I used to direct a program called Shuchetana, which was on women. Like each episode every week, 1 episode every week, and would be on certain women. Like we made an episode on a housewife, an episode on teachers, on vegetable sellers, women vegetable sellers, on lawyers, on sex workers. So that was, so those were documentaries, and I got that opportunity first, and I started doing that. And that was a time when sometimes joining 2 shots were difficult, you know. Sometimes I hadn't taken cutaways enough and couldn't join 2 shots. That was like 20 years back. And then after 2 years, I left that job and started working independently. First, I started doing the bread and butter films. And then occasionally some films, you know, fell on my lap. Like it came to me. So, 2, 3 films, which I call my films, they came to me. And one such film was this Ladakh Chale Rickshawala. It just came to me. It was not meant to be. I was traveling to my workplace and I wanted to board a rickshaw. So I asked the rickshawala from my rickshaw stand, very close to my place, "Ei ki jabe?" And the rickshawala is thinking of something else, doesn't answer. And after 2, 3 times of calling, he says, "Oh, Didi, apni dariye achen? Ha, jabo, cholun, cholun." So I get on to his rickshaw and he starts speaking. "Didi, apni janen to, apni eshe dakchen, kintu ami apnar kotha ki kore sara debo? আমি তো লাদাখ যাব, মনে মনে আমি লাদাখ পৌঁছে গেছি। তা আমি বললাম তুমি লাদাখ যাবে কি, লাদাখ জানো কত দূর? বললো কত পয়সা লাগে লাদাখ যেতে? ও আমার কিসের পয়সা লাগবে, আমি তো রিক্সা চালিয়ে যাব। আমি রিক্সা চালিয়ে যাবে কি? আমি তখন আর কথা বাড়াইনি, বিকজ আই থট দ্যাট দিস পার্সন ইজ ক্রেজি, so no point talking. Then I get down from the rickshaw and I give him his money, and then he suddenly takes out some photographs from under the seat of the rickshaw, and he's showing me the photographs. All the photographs are of his wife's and 2.5-year-old daughter's photograph in a rickshaw standing in front of the Wagah border, in front of the Jammu and Kashmir railway station, in front of Amritsar Golden Temple. So I then realized that this is a crazy man and he goes around doing it. He says that in 2008, that was 2014, 2008, আমি 2008-এ তো আমি গেছিলাম, জানেন তো, পুরো উত্তর ভারত 6 মাসের ট্যুর মেয়ে বউকে নিয়ে। কিন্তু আমাকে তখন আর্মি বলল যে শীতকাল এসে যাচ্ছে আর বাচ্চা ছোট, আমাকে লাদাখ যেতে দিল না, এবার আমি একা যাবই। তো then I went back to my people, to my team with whom I work. I saw this man, he's going to Ladakh, so we can make a film on it. And then those people said, are you crazy? Ladakh is 3,000 kilometers from Kolkata, and even if we have a 3-people unit to travel for 2 months, he said you'll require 2 months to reach Ladakh via rickshaw. So to travel for 2 months in a rickshaw with a 3-member unit, can you imagine how much money you will require? Because he will sleep on the streets, we can't sleep on the streets, we have to have a hotel room. We will have to have a car to follow him. So for 2 months, imagine. So what would be the the cost? So I said, no, koi chance nahi hai. So I stopped. But then I get to see him on and off in front of my house. So I keep thinking, je kichu ki kora jay na. He said he will go in May. But then May crosses and he's still there. কি গো তুমি যাওনি? দিদি ইলেকশনটা হয়ে গেলে বেরোবো, বিকজ রাস্তায় ভীষণ ঝামেলা করে পারমিশন নিয়ে, তো অনেকটা যেতে হবে, পুলিশ ঝামেলা করে, ইলেকশনের সময় ভীষণ ইয়ে থাকে, তো ইলেকশনটা হয়ে গেলে বেরোবো। তাহলে ইলেকশন হ্যাজ স্টিল 1 more month, তাহলে আই হ্যাভ 1 more month to think whether I can do something about it. So what do I do? Then I found out that I had a handycam, those cassette handycams, which are obsolete these days. So mini DV cassettes we used to put there. So I thought, let's do one thing. Let me give him the handycam. As it is, I was thinking that this camera may go obsolete in a few years. So even if he loses, let him lose, but I take a chance. I give him the camera, let him go shooting, and we will make something out of it. So what we do, we shoot him in Kolkata. He is preparing his rickshaw. We take a bit of his interview, his wife's interview, his daughter, and then we teach him how to use the handycam, and that also we shoot, that I'm teaching him how to use the handycam. So we decided that the story would be that we, poor filmmakers, don't have money to follow this rickshawala, so we are giving him our handycam, and he is going to shoot, and we will make a film out of it. So this will be our story. And that is how we shoot in Kolkata, and we follow him till Bardhaman. We hire a car, and then from Bardhaman, we release him with the handycam. And whatever he shoots and whatever he brings, that will be our film. We have, of course, tested his cinematographic capabilities, because since he's actually a rickshaw puller, his hand is steady. So we thought that we'll be able to use those footages. So he had shot something in Kolkata and shown it to us. So we thought, okay, it's usable, Rush. So now he goes. Very good. Whatever he brings, we'll make a film on that. After 2-3 days, he says that the camera is not working. He's in Jharkhand at that point. We are in contact via the mobile. Jharkhand, Didi, camera ta kichu kaj korche na. তাহলে আশেপাশে কাউকে দেখাও, কোনো সেটিংস ঘেটে গেছে হয়তো, না কিছুতেই কিছু হচ্ছে না। তারপরে তাহলে কি করি, if the camera is not working then our film won't be made. So what we decided, ঠিক আছে তুমি বেনারসে এসো, আমরাও বেনারস যাচ্ছি, ওখানে নিশ্চয়ই বড় শহর, ক্যামেরাটা ঠিক করে দিতে পারবো, আর যদি সেটিংসে সমস্যা হয় তাহলে তো আমরাই পারবো। তো 3 of us go to Benares. We take a train and we reach after one night's journey, and he is supposed to travel and come about 50 kilometers a day, এই হিসেবে 3 days, and he'll be in Benares. But then it is now June and UP is very hot and he cannot travel 50 kilometers a day. So he is traveling 20-25 kilometers a day. So we are going and sitting in Benares. He doesn't come. So what do? So we then hire a car. We move along the highway back, so that at least at one point we meet him. 60-70 kilometers back we go and we meet him, take the camera, bring it back to Kolkata, and then go to Chandni, get it rectified within 20 minutes. But then again you have to send the camera, get the camera to him, because you can't courier it because you don't know where to send. There is no address, so you have to physically go. So one of us, he says that no point 3 of us going or 4 of us going, I will go alone. And then there was no confirmation ticket also at that time. Without proper confirmation, he goes with the camera and with an extra camera to shoot him. This he will give, and another camera he will shoot. So he goes without any proper reservation to Haridwar. This time the place is Haridwar. So Haridwar, luckily he reached before time, and then he went, gave the camera, and then returned. And he shot him in Haridwar a bit. But then he's moving ahead, Punjab, Kashmir. Then we feel that in Ladakh, such a huge landscape and a tiny rickshaw moving along it, how will he get that visual? He will not be able to shoot it with the tiny handycam. That too, he can't shoot himself. Even if he gives to someone else to shoot, it won't be all that shot which we need, which would be like the USP of our film. So now we have to go to Ladakh to shoot the final stretches of victory. So we again arrange for money, and again 3 of us with 3 tiny unit, we go to Ladakh. First we go to Delhi. Till Delhi we were in contact. But then after that he reached Kargil, and that is like a no-ye zone, where they jam the frequencies of mobiles, you can't contact. So then we don't know where he is then. So what do? We keep asking people, have you seen a rickshawala? Because a rickshawala is only one rickshawala there, rickshaw doesn't ply there. So, and we are shooting this also. Everything that I'm saying to you, we are all shooting along, because our making is in the film itself. Because otherwise, what story will we say? This is our story, that we don't have money, the camera got disturbed, then we had to go and fix it and all that. So now we are asking people, have you seen a rickshawala? Somebody says, somewhere in Srinagar, somebody says, oh, I saw him 15 days back. Then somebody is saying, I saw him 5 days back. And somebody is saying, I saw him 3 days back. And lastly, a woman said, I saw him 3 hours back. So that means he's somewhere close. So then we search, and we finally get him. And we shoot the final stretch of his journey. So this was like the making of the film, and this is what my film is also about. But when we were making it, our intention was not really what the film is going to be. What I thought before thinking of making a film is, যে যদি ছবিটা না বানাই তাহলে ওই কয়েকটা স্টিল ছবি হয়ে থেকে যাবে, যেমন ওর আগে কতগুলো সফরে হয়েছে। বাট যেটাই বানাতে পারি সেটা যত নিকৃষ্ট মানেরই হোক, স্টিল ছবির থেকে বেটার হবে, অ্যান্ড উই উইল বি এবল টু টেল দ্য স্টোরি টু দ্য পিপল of this crazy man in slightly more detail, in a more lively manner, যদি এটা অডিও ভিজুয়ালে কাজটা করতে পারি। তো উদ্দেশ্য সেটাই ছিল যে স্টিল ছবির থেকে বেটার কি করতে পারি পাগল লোকটার এইরকম একটা জার্নির জন্যে। এবার সেটা কিভাবে ছবি হবে, সেটা ন্যাশনাল অ্যাওয়ার্ড পাবে, কিভাবে লোককে দেখাবো, সেসব কিছু তখন ভাবি। যে এরম একটা পাগল লোক আগেও 2-3 বার গেছে, বাড়ির বউ সারাদিন কাঁদে, কারণ সে তো সংসারে কোনো মন নেই, কিন্তু তার যে পাগলামোটাকে যদি কিছুভাবে মানুষের কাছে প্রেজেন্ট করতে পারি, এটাও তো একটা অদ্ভুত চরিত্র, সেটা যদি কিছুভাবে করতে পারি, খুব পারফেক্টলি ফিল্ম এটা হচ্ছে না, দ্যাট উই নো। We didn't have proper cameras, we didn't have proper sound equipments. পরে মনে হচ্ছিল একটু হয়তো চিন্তা ভাবনা করলে সাউন্ডটা করতে পারতাম, তখন তো ছবিটা বানানোটাই সব থেকে বড় ব্যাপার ছিল, যে হবেই না মোটে কিছু তো হোক। So we didn't have all that, but the whole motto was to capture it in a way so that I can tell the story to the people in slightly better way than a still photograph. But later on, of course, and even during editing, we are very skeptic. We had around 50 hours of rushes. যে কতটা মানুষ দেখবে, মানে একটা রিক্সাওয়ালা যে কিনা কোনো পপুলার লোক নয়, একটা সাধারণ রিক্সাওয়ালা, সে তার রিক্সা নিয়ে লাদাখ যাচ্ছে। কিছু কিছু এডিটর বললো এটার মধ্যে তো কোনো ড্রামা নেই, তো কি হবে, এটাতে তোমরা একটা ড্রামা ক্রিয়েট করো, একটা কোনো কন্ট্রোভার্সি তৈরি করো, অনেক কিছু বললো ফেললো। কিন্তু তারপরে দেখলাম যে না, we will tell this story only, that we are poor filmmakers, that is a poor rickshawala, he has a dream to go to Ladakh and we have a dream of making this film, and let's see where it goes. And then the poor wife, he is expecting that if his husband goes to Ladakh, maybe something, her condition would be slightly better. So these are 3 pillars of our film, and we'll make a film on that. And that is what we have made. And during editing also we had this thing that how long should it be, কতটা মানুষ দেখতে পছন্দ করবে, ফাইনালি লোকের হয়তো বোর লাগবে, আফটার অল তো সাধারণই একটা গল্প, সেরকম তো ড্রামা কিছু নেই, সেরকম তো থ্রিলিং কিছু ব্যাপার নেই। But later on, when the film was screened, it was released in London also, and there are people who came crying to me. There was one cancer patient who came and said that I could identify my struggle with this. I mean, this was also what I did not expect. So you don't know what your film will turn out to be, but you should be true and honest to your effort. That is what I have learned from making this film, that what it turned out to be was not what I had expected or I had anything in mind for that matter. All of us, the 3-4 of us who were involved in this filmmaking, it was like we should tell this story to the world of this crazy man. That was the only idea. And then like this national award, then the film got released, and I got all strange kind of reactions from people. A lawyer would come crying, and this is the best film I have seen in this whole year. I mean, all this. And you don't know what you will get out of this film, but while making that should also not be in your mind, that what you will get, because you don't know what you will get. But you should be true and just to your effort. And you should be sure why you want to make the film, and that should come from within your heart. Then only something good will happen. May not be, I mean, you may not get a national award every time, that will not happen. But if you are true and if you are sincere, then maybe miracle will happen, and you will get something which you have not expected. আমাকে একটা অব্রতি আগে ফিল্মমেকার আছে, আমাকে বলেছে তোমার ছবিটা জাস্ট হয়ে গেছে বস। বলছে হ্যাঁ সেটাই, মানে হয়ে যাবে যদি তোমরা সিনসিয়ারলি ঠিকঠাক করে করো। অলওয়েজ ইউ ডোন্ট মেক, ইট উইল হ্যাপেন, বাট ইয়োর what do I say, intention should be good. That's what I learned from this episode of my life of making this film. A few more films also I have done which have fallen on my lap, which did not reach this height, but nevertheless what do I say, like the basic idea should be that I am making because I am wanting to tell the story. I want people to listen to the story. And then what will happen will happen. That is it. I have made this fiction which is like called Chad, which the script I wrote 2005, and I made it in 2020. So you also have to have enough patience, and you should not let go of your dreams. Today you are writing a script, tomorrow you will not be able to make it maybe. But maybe after 5 years, 7 years, depending on who is where. you should not lose hope, that is it. Because 2005 I wrote a script, I made it in 2020. That was my first feature. I was supposed to make it in 2005-06. It didn't happen. That doesn't mean it will never happen. You have to do things to survive, and then at some point your dream film will also happen. I guess, because if you remain there, the perseverance is very important. You can't leave the ground and go. You have to stick to it. And then at some point it will happen. That's what my belief. Now that one has happened, I have more hopes that more will happen. And I guess Murugla will be able to tell you better because he has more stories like this. He was working in a multinational and then left it and came over to filmmaking, and of his choice. That is his field, as I say. So now Murugla, you will. Hi, you have any question? Which? Yes. Adult. Mm-hmm. See, today, with each passing day, things are changing for the better for documentary makers, I think. That is, today, making documentaries by self-financing is possible. You have funding agencies, like, there's one platform called the Dockage, which is like, that's not an agency, but that's a platform where you go and pitch your concept, and there are funders sitting. Funders in the sense, those are commissioning editors from European channels. They come over, and if they like your concept, they fund your film. So like Dockage is one platform. There are 2-3 other platforms also. But whatever be it, even in Dockage, you have to start shooting the film. You have to show what you have really done in order to convince them that you're serious and you are going to make the film come what may. And then they will come on board at some point and help you out. But this is like after you have done half your work, then you can think of financing. It happens for all kinds of documentary funding. FD and PSBT, those are our government agencies. Those sometimes will give you fund even before you shoot, if you have a good proposal. But still, starting shooting is always commendable because they would be more convinced that you are going to make it seriously. Okay, so now you can start shooting these days. You need a camera which is available. We don't always need very expensive cameras. You can have 30,000-35,000. You have a 600D. You have a 70D, whatever. And even with iPhones, people are making, because iPhone's quality is also good. And if you have a good lapel or something just to take care of the sound, you can start shooting. If your film is like, you have to tour the entire country kind of film, then you really need a lot of money. All films won't even need that kind of money. Suppose I was planning to make a film on a lozenge seller, which I could not make for a different reason. This lady used to sell lozenges in local trains. And she would, like, many people sell lozenges in local trains, but she would have a unique way of selling. If you take my lozenges, your husband will love you more. I mean, typical things she would say. But her husband had left her, and she was raising her son all alone. She came from a good family, but then she was doing this. So suppose you want to make a film on her. It is possible. You don't need a fund. You just need a small camera, and you shoot. You shoot for 2-3 days. You have a friend who can edit. You can have you have those versions of editing softwares which you don't need to buy. What do they call it? so you can start. For documentaries, still I would tell you that you can do it without much of money. For fiction, it is difficult because fiction, especially big films, feature films, if you're making, it's slightly difficult because there you need all the money at one time. You would need to shoot 12 days at a go with proper guild and everything. If you want to shoot it that way, it's expensive. But documentaries, you shoot for 3 days, accumulate some more money. Again, after 2 months, you shoot. These are possible, depending, of course, your topic, your subject. But documentaries these days, funding, you should always start shooting if you have a subject in mind, and then explore these platforms. Go to NFDC, now it's all NFDC. PSBT or Dockage, but after you have done your work to some extent. So start immediately. If you have a subject, take a camera and start. Even if you have an iPhone or a good Android phone also, you can start. That way, I think it's easier to make documentaries these are all the more because of the camera that has come up. 20 years back, it was still difficult. And even 10 years back, it was not so easy. Now you have 35,000 camera is enough to start a doc. Our documentary was shot in 600D, which is like 35,000. We didn't buy also still. We hired it from friends. So I guess you will get it that way also. Any other question, anybody? Yeah. সেটা খুবই বললাম না, সেটাতেই অনেকটা টাইম লেগে গেছে। ওর ওই সত্যেনের যে রিক্সাওয়ালা, তারই রাশ ছিল অ্যারাউন্ড 15 আওয়ার্স। আমাদের তারপরে আরও 15-20 ঘন্টা ছিল আমাদের। তো কিন্তু হ্যাঁ, সেটা খুব ডিফিকাল্ট। আমাদের গল্পটা জানতাম যে এইটা হচ্ছে গল্প, কিন্তু ওর যে পোর্শনটা, ওর 12 ঘন্টায় কোনটা রাখবো না, অনেক কিছু রাখার মতো। কিন্তু সব কি রাখবো, 2 ঘন্টার ছবিও হতে পারতো। আমাদের ছবিটা 64 মিনিট, সেটা 2 ঘন্টারও হতে পারতো যদি আমরা করতাম। কিন্তু 2 ঘন্টা কি মানুষের ভালো লাগবে, সেইটা ভাবতে ভাবতে অনেকটা টাইম গেছে আর কি। প্লাস কিছু কিছু রাশ আমরা ইউজ করতে পারিনি, গ্লিচ এসে গেছে, অনেক দিন ধরে পড়ে আছে ওর কাছে। ওর তো ওইরকমভাবে বর্ষা বৃষ্টি হচ্ছে বাইরে, ওইখানে ঢুকিয়ে রেখেছে, ফলে গ্লিচ এসছে, সেগুলো ফেলতে হয়েছে। তারপরে অডিওর জন্য অনেক রাশ ফেলে দিয়েছি, এত হাওয়া কিছু বোঝা যাচ্ছে না, অডিওটা কেটে পর্যন্ত কিছু করতে পারা যাচ্ছে না, তো সেগুলো ফেলে দিয়েছি। এইগুলো এইভাবে এলিমিনেট করতে করতে যেটাতে আসলো, তারপরে আবার এটা একটা ক্রিয়েটিভ ডিসিশন যে এটা থাক, এটা রাখবো না, এতটা বাড়লে হয়তো ঠিক লাগবে না। পরে দেখেছি আরও হয়তো 5-7 মিনিট বেশি হলো মানুষ দেখতো বসে, কিন্তু তখন আমাদের ভেতরে একটা ইয়ে ছিল যে নিজেরাও তো আছি, উই আর অলসো পার্ট অফ দ্য ফিল্ম। তোর কি জানি লোকে ভাববে আমরাও তো আছি, আমার নিজেদের দেখতে তো আমাদের ভালো লাগছে, কিন্তু লোকের কি ভালো লাগবে। তো সেইটা আর কি, সেটা একটা একটু চিন্তা ভাবনা করে 2-3 জন আমরা যারা ছিলাম একটু ব্রেইনস্টর্মিং করে ফাইনালি ডিসাইড করতে হয়, সেটাই আর কি। এনি আদার কোয়েশ্চেন? না, আমি যেটা বলছিলাম সেটা হচ্ছে ডকুমেন্টারি যা বানিয়েছি এবং যেটা আমি আমার ছবি বলে মানি, সেগুলো আমার কাছে এসছেই। যদি আবার আসে তাহলে বানাবো। আর ফিকশন আমি মানে স্ক্রিপ্ট লিখে ঠিকমতো মানে প্ল্যানিং করে বানাই। ডকুমেন্টারি প্ল্যানিং করে খুব একটা, মানে আমার ছবিগুলো যেগুলো প্ল্যান করতে, সেগুলো সব কমিশন কাজ করেছি অনেক, বা করতেও হয়। কিন্তু যেগুলো আমার ছবি সেগুলো আমার কোলেই এসে পড়ে। যেমন আরেকটা ছবি আমি বানিয়েছিলাম, যারা জেলে, আমাদের আলিপুর জেলে একটা নাটকের দল হয়েছে জেলের ইনমেটসদের নিয়ে। সেটা কিভাবে আমার কোলে পড়েছিল এসে, সেটা আমি মেট্রোয় যাচ্ছি, আমার বন্ধুর কাকু, সে নাটক করে আমি জানি, তার সাথে আমার দেখা হয়েছে, তাকে আমি কাকুই ডাকি, কলেজের বন্ধু। বলতে জানিস তো কালকে আসবি, কালকে আমাদের একটা নাটক আছে আলিপুর জেলে, তুই যদি আসবি বলিস তাহলে আমি বলবো তোর জন্য পাস রাখতে, ও পাস না হলে তো ঢোকা যাবে না, ওগুলো তো ভীষণ স্ট্রিক্ট। আমার বেশ মজা লাগলো, হ্যাঁ যাবো। তো পরের দিন গেলাম, গিয়ে দেখছি যে ওরা ভালো কাজ করছে বিয়ে। তখন আমি ভাবলাম যে এটা নিয়ে একটা কাজ করি কাকু, এটা নিয়ে তাহলে একটা এরকম বানাবো যে এর এক একজন হচ্ছে কি রেপের সাজা ভুগছে, খুন করেছে, মানে আঙ্গুল কেটে গেছে, মানে ওই পলিটিক্যাল মার্ডার আর কি, ওকেও কেউ অ্যাটাক করেছিল ওর ডানার হাতের আঙ্গুলটা নিয়ে, মানে এরকম সব ভয়াবহ সব লোকজন তারা হচ্ছে নাটক করছে, মানে কি ভালো কাজ করছে। তো ওটা নিয়ে তারপরে আমি একটা কাজ করলাম, সেটার জন্য অনেক পারমিশনের জন্য বহু মাস ঘুরতে হয়েছে, কারণ এই তো পারমিশন লাগে, জেলের ভেতরে শ্যুট করব। তো এটা এরকম এসে পড়েছিল হুট করে, এরকম যদি এসে আবার পরে তাহলে ডকুমেন্টারি আবার বানাবো, কিন্তু ফিকশনটা যেমন আমি প্ল্যান করে বানাই, আমি গল্প খুঁজে বা নিজের গল্প লিখে স্ক্রিপ্ট লিখে, কিন্তু ডকুমেন্টারিটা এসে পড়লেই মানে আনন্দ করে বানাই আর কি, আদারওয়াইজ যদি কমিশন কিছু কাজ আসে সেটা তো করতেই হয় আর কি। আর কিছু? হ্যাঁ কিছু বলবে? হ্যাঁ না কি, হোয়াট ডু ইউ ওয়ান্ট টু বিকাম? এখানে যেমন আমি যেটা শুনছিলাম জ্যোতির্মার কাছে যেটা শুনছিলাম, দিস কোর্স ইজ ডিজাইনড মোস্টলি ফর ভিএফএক্স অর অ্যানিমেটার্স যারা হতে চায় তাদের জন্যে। তো তুমি কি হতে চাও? এডিটর, মানে ফুল ফ্লেজেড ফিল্ম এডিটর হতে চাও কি? তাহলে আমার যেটা মনে হয় যেটা হচ্ছে, ইউ হ্যাভ টু ফার্স্ট সার্চ পিপল হু আর মেকিং ফিল্মস, যাদের সঙ্গে তুমি কাজ করতে চাও, একটা ছোটো মতো তোমাকে একটা যেটা আমরা বলি শো রিল বা প্রোফাইল। অ্যান্ড দেন আই গেস এখন চ্যানেলস আর আ গুড ওয়ে টু স্টার্ট, বা এখন ওটিটির প্রচুর কাজ হচ্ছে, ছোট ছোট যে ওটি, প্রথমেই বড় জায়গায় যাওয়ার দরকার নেই, ক্লিক বা ছোট ওটিতে যারা কাজ করছে কনসাল্ট দেম সো দ্যাট ইউ ক্যান স্টার্ট ওয়ার্কিং। দেখো এডিটর বা সিনেমাটোগ্রাফাররা তো কাজ জেনারেট করে না, ডিরেক্টর কাজ জেনারেট করে, তাকে অনেক মানে প্রডিউসার খুঁজে একটা কাজ জেনারেট করতে হয়, কিন্তু ইউ হ্যাভ টু গো টু পিপল হু আর ওয়ার্কিং এবং তাদের সাথে তোমার কাজ শুরু করতে হবে। চ্যানেল আমি বলছি চাকরি হিসেবে চ্যানেলটা ইজ আ গুড প্ল্যাটফর্ম টু স্টার্ট, কিন্তু চ্যানেলের মুশকিল কি, চ্যানেল নিজে কোনো কাজ করে না, তারা হচ্ছে মোস্টলি নিউজ করে। অল চ্যানেলস আর অ্যাকচুয়ালি প্রডিউসিং নিউজ বা নিউজ রিলেটেড কাজ, বাকি যা দেখছো চ্যানেলে সেগুলো সব আউটসোর্স টু প্রাইভেট প্রডিউসার্স, সে সিরিয়ালই হোক বা নন ফিকশন যে দাদাগিরি টাইপের প্রোগ্রাম হোক, সেগুলো চ্যানেল ডিরেক্টলি প্রডিউস করে না। কোনো একটা প্রডিউসার থাকে, চ্যানেলের একটা তত্ত্বাবধান থাকে, কিন্তু ফলে ডিরেক্টলি তারা প্রডিউস করে না। দেন ইউ হ্যাভ টু কন্ট্যাক্ট দিস প্রোডাকশন হাউসেস যারা কাজটা করে। মানে তুমি কাজটা বেরিয়ে দু চারটে কাজ শুরু করলে উইথ সামবডি হু ইজ, তোমাদেরই যারা সঙ্গে কাজ করছে তারা যদি, ইফ ইউ হ্যাভ আ ডিরেক্টর অর সামবডি হু ইজ জেনারেটিং ওয়ার্ক, তার সাথে শুরু করলে ইউ উইল হ্যাভ আ প্রোফাইল, দেন ইউ ক্যান গো অ্যান্ড অ্যাপ্রোচ পিপল। সিনেমাটোগ্রাফার এটাতে তোমাকে ইউ হ্যাভ টু গো অ্যান্ড অ্যাপ্রোচ, বিকজ তুমি যেহেতু জেনারেট করো না কাজটা, যারা করছে ইউ হ্যাভ টু মেক ইউর সেলফ ভিজিবল টু দেম ইন সাম ওয়ে অর দি আদার। চাকরি করতে চাইলে প্রথমে চ্যানেলে অ্যাপ্রোচ করতে পারো, কিছুদিন চ্যানেলে চাকরি করেও নিতে পারো, জাস্ট বিকজ চ্যানেলে কিন্তু অনেক রকম লোকজন আসে, সো তার সেখানে একটা কন্ট্যাক্ট হওয়ার চান্সেস থাকে। সো ইউ ক্যান বিগিন উইথ আ চ্যানেল অ্যাজ অ্যান এডিটর। আর তুমি কি বলছিলে? হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ, ও আচ্ছা, না সাউন্ড আই টেল ইউ, সাউন্ডটা পরে আমার মনে হয়েছিল যে ওর পোর্শনটা কিছু করতে পারতাম না, বিকজ ওকে আবার কোনো সাউন্ড ইকুইপমেন্ট দিলে ওটা খুব ক্লামজি হয়ে যেত, ওর দ্বারা হতো না। বাট আমরা যে পোর্শনটা শ্যুট করেছিলাম লাদাখে, এখানে উই হ্যাড প্রপার ল্যাপেল বুম সব, কলকাতা যা শ্যুট করেছি উই হ্যাড প্রপার সাউন্ড ইকুইপমেন্টস। বাট আমরা যখন লাদাখ গেলাম তখন আমাদের সঙ্গে কোনো সাউন্ড ইকুইপমেন্ট ছিল না, কিন্তু সেটা যদি আমরা তখন নিতাম আরেকটু সেটার ওখানে গিয়ে ওর কিছু কথা শ্যুট করেছি, রাস্তার লোকেদের কথা শ্যুট করেছি, তো সেগুলো যদি আমাদের একটা বুম বা একটা কিছু থাকতো তাহলে আমাদের সাউন্ডটা একটু বেটার হতো। তো দ্যাট লেটার অন উই রিগ্রেটেড, বাট তখন আমাদের এটা মনে হয়নি যে, কারণ তখন তো রাস্তায় ওদের ওই রিক্সাওয়ালা দেখেছো কিনা জিজ্ঞেস করতে করতে যাবো সেটা তো তখন ভাবিনি, বা তাহলেও মানে হেন্স ফোর্থ ইফ ইউর পিপল আর মেকিং ফিল্ম সাউন্ডটার দিকে একটু নজর দেবে। আজকাল একটা লেপেল খুব একটা এক্সপেন্সিভ নয়, 2-2,500 টাকা 1,500 টাকাও লেপেল পাওয়া যায়। নিদিন পক্ষে বুম হলে তো বেটার, কিন্তু যদি বুমও না পাও একটা লেপেলও যদি পাও তাহলে সবসময় শুটিংয়ে একটা ক্যারি করবে, বিকজ সাউন্ডটা না আমরা খুব নেগলেক্ট করি, আমিও করেছি, সেটা করবে না। উই হ্যাভ ডান ইট। পরে আমাদের ওই হাওয়া টাওয়া কাটতে কাটতে ঝামেলা হয়েছে, সব জায়গায় পারিও নি, কারণ কি পরে কাটলে কি হয় ওই হায়ার ফ্রিকোয়েন্সিগুলো সব কেটে যায়, তখন একটা সাউন্ডের শার্পনেসটা নষ্ট হয়ে যায়, পরে যদি ইয়ে কাটতে হয়, নয়েজ কাটতে হয়। ফলে যতটা ওয়াইল রেকর্ডিং যতটা প্রিসাইজলি করতে পারবে ততই ভালো। আর কি আমাদের পরে কাটতে অনেক অসুবিধা হয়েছে কাটতে, কারণ এত হাওয়া ওখানে, আমাদের তো কোনো উইন্ডশিল্ড নেই, কিছু নেই। তো অ্যাটলিস্ট একটা লেপেলও যদি রাখতাম তাহলেও একটু বেটার হতো। তারপরে প্রচুর আওয়াজ, সাইড দিয়ে গাড়ি যায়, লেপেল তো একটু ইউনিডাইরেকশন, আর ওগুলোকে একটু কম ধরতো, কথাটা আর একটু পরিষ্কার পেতাম। তো সেগুলো করিনি তখন, বাট ইউ পিপল শুড ডু ইট। মানে যখনই যাবে একটা সাউন্ডের ইকুইপমেন্ট সঙ্গে রাখ। হ্যাঁ, না এই ছবিটা তুমি কি দেখেছো? না দেখলে তুমি বুঝতে পারতে যে লোকজন আমাকে দেখে বলেছে এটা তো সিনেমার থেকেও ভালো, মানে এরম আর কি, এটা ডকুমেন্টারি কিন্তু এটা সিনেমার থেকেও ভালো। মানে এটা ডিপেন্ড করে, মানে ছবিটা আলটিমেটলি বিকজ অফকোর্স অলসো বিকজ অফ দ্য ম্যান, দ্যাট রিক্সাওয়ালা ওয়াজ এ ভেরি উইটি পারসন, তার চরিত্রটাই একটা বিচিত্র আর কি। তার তোমার ওই ফুটো মাথার ওপর দিয়ে ফুটো দিয়ে জল পড়লেও কিছু এসে যায় না, সে রাস্তায়ও শুতে পারে, আবার 5 স্টার হোটেলেও শুতে পারে, অদ্ভুত টাইপের লোক, এবং তার কথাবার্তাও এরকমই। তো সব মিলেমিশে ইট হ্যাজ বিকাম ভেরি এন্টারটেইনিং ফিল্ম। ইট টার্নড আউট টু বি, মানে অতটাও আমি কিছু বুঝতে পারিনি যে হবে, বাট ইট টার্নড আউট টু বি ভেরি এন্টারটেইনিং। এবং কেউ আমাকে পরে এসে জিজ্ঞেস করেছে এগুলো কি আপনি কি স্ক্রিপ্টটা লিখেছেন, মানে এরকম আর কি। সো ইট টার্নড আউট টু বি ভেরি এন্টারটেইনিং অ্যান্ড পিপল নেভার থট ইট টু বি টিপিক্যাল ডকুমেন্টারি, যেরকম পেছনে ভয়েস ওভার চলে আর সামনে, ওরকম এটা হয়নি। যারা দেখেছো সেটা জানবে। আমি জ্যোতির্ময়কে বলছিলাম যদি আমাকে এখানে ডাকে তো আমি স্ক্রিনও করতে পারি ছবিটা। সো দেন ইউ উইল আন্ডারস্ট্যান্ড যে এটা না, ইট হ্যাজ টার্নড আউট টু বি এ ভেরি এন্টারটেইনিং কাইন্ড অফ ফিল্ম। তো ফলে কি হয়েছে, আমি যখন নন্দনে আমি অ্যাপ্রোচ করেছিলাম যে ছবিটাকে রিলিজ করা হোক, তো ওরা মাস 2 পরে আমাকে 2 সপ্তাহ আমরা পেয়েছিলাম। তো মানুষ এক তো আমি ফেসবুকে কিছুটা প্রমোট করি, যেটা আমরা সবাই আমাদের কাজকে করি, আর বাকিটা মানুষের মুখে মুখেই হয়েছে। মানে যে দেখে গেছে, দেখে গিয়ে তার বউকে মেয়েকে নিয়ে এসছে, একজন দেখে গেছে পুরো একটা এনজিও, তাদের স্ট্রিট চিলড্রেনদের দিয়ে এনজিও, তারা পুরো ওই বোধহয় 20-25টা বাচ্চাকে নিয়ে এসছে ছবিটা দেখাতে। একজন দেখে গেছে সে পুরো কর্পোরেট একটা ওই কোনো কর্পোরেট হাউস, সে তার সব স্টাফদের নিয়ে এসছে। ক্যালকাটা ম্যানেজমেন্ট অ্যাসোসিয়েশন পরে আমাকে ডেকেছে তাদের স্টাফদের জন্য স্ক্রিন করতে। সো দিস ওয়ে ইট মেড ইটস ওন রুট। খুব যে কিছু করেছি তা না, ফিল্ম ডিভিশন পরে ছবিটা নিয়েছে, তারা তো কিছুই করেনি, কিন্তু এটা আর কি মুখে মুখেই যা ছড়িয়েছে। এই 2 সপ্তাহ যে আমরা নন্দনে পেয়েছিলাম, পরে অবশ্য নজরুল তীর্থেও দেখানো হয়েছে, তো যেটাই যখন হয়েছে ও মানে ও নিজের মতো করেই এটা ছড়িয়ে গেছে। আমরা যে খুব প্রমোশন কিছু করতে পেরেছি তা নয়, কিন্তু ওই লোকে দেখে গিয়ে এসে আবার বাকিদের নিয়ে এসে দেখেছে, এরকম আর সেই। হ্যাঁ এবার একটু একটু হ্যাঁ
Definitely, ma'am. One day we'll see together the film, and yeah.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Now, please welcome Mr. Manoj Michigan, sir, for the master talk. Please, a round of applause for Mr. Manoj Michigan, sir.
Okay, I don't want to take too much of your time. I know you want to get into the finale and all that, but see, the one word which has worked for me throughout my life is opportunity. So I'll tell you how it started. When I was about 15 years old, my parents had bought a handycam. So I used to like watching films, and I used to like writing stories. So I used to love writing stories, and I wanted to make a film on my own at that point of time. But I'm talking about 1983. So of course I didn't know anything about how to make a film, how to edit a film, what are the sound involvement, the music. So anyway, I wrote a story. I got my friends and I shot it in the house. So it was like clip by clip. I was to shoot one clip, and then the second clip would have to be the next sequence, and then the third clip would have been the next sequence. So there was no editing. I wouldn't edit the film, but I would just shoot it that way. So anyway, I got that opportunity to do it, and I really loved it. So then I told my parents that, I want to become a filmmaker. So my mother and father looked at me for some time, and then they said, yes, very good, but you need to study, and you need to get your graduation, and you need to do your post-graduation. I said, yeah, but I want to become a filmmaker. Can I do something in filmmaking? They said, yeah, you can. But first you do your graduation and post-graduation, then you think about filmmaking, because then you got your whole life ahead of you. So then I said, okay, manna pada baat mein kya karunga? I have to do it. So I did that. I did my graduation, I did my post-graduation. And all the time at the back of my mind was that I want to make a film. That is it. And I needed opportunities. But of course, nothing was coming my way. After my post-graduation, unfortunately, unfortunately or fortunately, I joined a company as in the marketing team of the company. And during this MBA time, of course, I met my wife. And then, we started courting each other. And then we decided that we were going to get married. And then I told my wife, listen, I want to become a filmmaker. So she says, we'll never get married. So I said, okay, but, just speak to your parents, just at least tell them, inform them that I might want to become a filmmaker, and then, okay, I'll join a job now, but it might happen. So she says, okay, but I'm telling you, if I tell them right now that you want to become a filmmaker, they will probably not agree to us getting married. Okay, so I said, fine. As things went, I said, okay, I'll start working. After working for 2-3 years, I leave my job. And then because then, of course, it's too late. Now I've got married. So I'll start, then I'll get into films. So we got married. I started working, and I worked in a company for about 9 years. And all the time, in the back of my mind, I was said, listen, I've got a comfortable job. I've got a good income. I was heading the Eastern region in the marketing division here. And I said, how can I leave this and get into filmmaking where there is no tikana of income here? What do I do with family life? What do I do with, we both married right now, but she's also working. One fine day, an opportunity again came. And the opportunity was, I had a fight with my company because Pujo Shomai, so I took leave. I said I want to go on leave and I want to go on a holiday. And as I was going to the airport, and my boss calls me up from Bangalore and says, where are you? I said, I'm going to the airport. I told you I've applied for your leave 6 months back, and you've granted the leave, and I'm going on a holiday to Goa. So he said, no, all leave is cancelled. So I said, but I have my hotel bookings, everything is done. He said, no, everything is cancelled. You after Dashera, you come back. You can spend your Dashera. So I think it was Ashtami then. Anyway, so I got livid and I got really angry. I said, this is not done. Yeah, I'm working it off. I'm throughout the year, and now suddenly if I want to go on a holiday, and you're telling me to leave my job. And I went for the holiday, and I did not come back on Dashera, after Dashera. I stayed for my full holidays, which was around 10 days or 12 days, I don't remember. And at that point of time, I decided I'm going to quit my job, and I'm going to try filmmaking. At least, I don't know anything about filmmaking because it was too late. I think it was around 2002, 2003. And I said, I'll try to make a film. And then I came back, I quit, I put in my papers, And then, of course, the company was thinking, why are you, doing this? You should not, just on a women fancy because all leave is cancelled. I said, see, it is a principle of the whole thing, and I want to leave it. Fine. I left my job. Now what? Opportunity was, I told my wife, let me try my hand in making a film. How do I make a film? I need to know how to make a film. I don't know anything about making a film. And those days, of course, mind you, 2003 we're talking about, there was no mobile camera, there was no, DSLR per se, which was affordable to shoot. I did not know ABC of my filmmaking. So then I said, fine. I got through some friends or something. I contacted a producer, the producer of Unishe April, made by Rituparna Ghosh. So I contacted them, and through a friend of mine, went and met him, and he said that, okay, we are making a film. It's called, it's a Hindi film. It's called Devki. And the director is Bappaditya Bandyopadhyay. So why don't you meet him? So I said, okay, I have nothing to do right now. I'll meet whoever you tell me to meet, how long. So I went anyway. I went to his office at 10 o'clock in the morning. He had called me the next day. I waited till 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Bappaditya Bandyopadhyay walks in, as usual, and he's talking and all that. He's talking to the other people about the film. And then the producer introduces me, this guy wants to make a film. So he said, okay, so what is your background? Have you studied filmmaking anywhere? I said, no, I don't know anything about filmmaking. So what do you do? So I said, no, I was working in a company for 9 years. I was the marketing division, and I quit my job, and I want to make a film. So he's looking at me and he says, you quit your job, how much would you earn? So I told him, okay, ABC amount. You used to earn this much of money, you've quit your job, and now you want to make a film. Are you sure? I mean, first of all, he thought that I was completely mad, that I've got a steady income, why do you leave it? You could have done this, as a part-time. I said, no, I can't focus on both. If I want to do something, I would like to focus on it, but I would like to join your unit if you feel, that anything you want me to do, I'll do it. So that was my first step. He agreed. He said, okay, fine. I cannot take you as an assistant director per se, because of course you need a guild card, etc. But yeah, you can be since you were in the garments industry, I was in the garments, I was working in a garments company. So since you were there, why don't you join the costume department? So as an assistant costume, whatever person. So I joined as an assistant costume person. Mind you, I am an MBA, I've got 9 years of experience, but I don't know anything about filmmaking, but I agreed to get into any kind of a job which would include an assistant costume, an assistant production boy, whatever is required, because I want to be in a film set. I want to be in a movie set, and I want to learn filmmaking. So that was my first film that I started making, assisting Bappaditya Bandyopadhyay. Of course, I wasn't assisting him, I was assisting the costume designer. After that, when he saw my work, Bappaditya told me, listen, you get into the direction team next time. Not as an assistant director, but as my associate. I was thrilled. I was like over the moon. I said, this is it. This is what I wanted to do. And I'll finally make my own film. That was in 2003-04. And then, of course, I got into his, believe me, there was not a single thing in the film that I did not do. I assisted the costume, which I started off with. I was assisting the production person. I was carrying trunks from the van to the set. I was carrying food from the canteen or wherever to the location. We were shooting outdoors in Shuri, I remember. And we used to carry rice, buckets of rice, and there was a shortage of manpower, so I had to do that also. But the entire point what I'm trying to say is, there was this opportunity where I could learn film in all its aspects, in all the departments, get into all the departments, know how every department contributes to making a film. And I took on that opportunity, and I said that, I will, no matter what comes, I will do whatever is needed, whatever is required from me. And finally, I assisted Bappaditya Bandyopadhyay for 6 films, and then I made my first feature film, which was called Hello Kolkata, which was a digital film again. And in those days, it was in 2008 or 2007, I started shooting the film. Again, there was the concept of digital camera was just starting off, and there were very few films which have been made in India with the digital camera. And I said, okay, because I didn't have a budget. The producer I got he said, okay, I can spend around 20 lakhs. So 20 lakhs to make a film. So I said, okay, 20 lakhs, so I cannot afford to make a film with, cinema cans, with the reels. So I will have to make a digital film. So I got a digital camera, an SD camera, not even an HD camera. So which I had to again blow up into an HD format, later on post-production. So that was a 20 lakh film, but I got so many actors to help me out. It was my first film. But again, when this opportunity came, I said, whatever the opportunity comes, I will grab it and let me make something a story which I believe in. So when you're talking about opportunities and filmmaking, I believe, like what she has said, you are so lucky right now. I really feel that, our generation has actually been through a phase where making a film was considered unachievable. It was like, okay, fine, I can make a film, but it is like, I have to think about even making a short film, also, it's like, I cannot think about it at that point of time, but right now when I'm saying that you have the opportunity because you have a mobile phone with you. It's just that mobile phone. I'm not talking about, when you want to start making something and you believe in something, you are sincere to your effort, which Indrani had said, true and sincere to what you believe in, and you got your camera, you got your mobile phone. Even if you don't have the budget, you don't have the camera, you have your friends, just make a film. Just make a 2-minute, 3-minute film. Make that, learn from that. Right now, okay, I'm part of the master class, but I am a student myself. I'm still learning. With every film, I'm making about 100 mistakes, which I see after the film is made, and I know, okay, I'm learning from that. Because that process of learning never ever finishes. So, all I can say is, when you have, if you've got this brilliant platform, a brilliant opportunity for you to showcase your talent in terms of, and what you believe in, and what the concept and the story and the script. See, I can give you a whole, this thing about how to make a film. It's not, my purpose was not that. My purpose was not to how to make a film, but my purpose is to make the film. My purpose is to tell you to make the film with whatever resources you have. So the kind of films that I saw, the short films and the fiction that we have, and the animated films. And I said, wow, the thought processes, it is the innovative way in which you have treated the film. There are some of them which completely stood out. It just hit me on my face. I said, this is what I probably, I was feeling this thing that I probably did not get that opportunity. I probably had some story ideas, but I couldn't deliver. I couldn't, convert it into a film. You have that opportunity. So right now, with this era of the OTT platforms, and there are OTT platforms coming up every month. You would say one new platform is coming up every month across India. If you look at it, small platforms that are coming up, right? If they have a platform, they need content, they need software, and if they need content and software, who are the people who are going to give it? The people who believe in this entire gamut of film making. The whole department of filmmaking in all its different departments, in all its different aspects. So you have that power in your hand. And I think opportunities are there, just grab it. I try to grab whatever opportunity I got, but then for me that mantra has always worked. And it is just that, when, if it works to my advantage, because all my films, 5 films that I've made, it is my script, my story, my idea, and because I believe in it. That's why I have not made too many films. If you look at my but I started making films in 2008. We are standing in 2022. So 14 years, I made 5 feature films. Because I somehow feel that if there's something I do not believe in, I can't make that film. So, because then when you're true and sincere to your efforts, that's where it translates into a film, into a good film, into a film which you will be satisfied, which you will be happy, and if the content is good. Because right now, believe you me, it is not gimmicks, it is just content that is working in the OTT platforms. Even if the series that you're watching, the films that you're watching on OTT platforms, it's just the content. It is just the treatment, how you treat that content. The story concepts are more or less the same. Everywhere is either love or revenge or hatred or a social drama or a relationship. That is it. You don't go beyond this, right? Or maybe, okay, the next thing is, of course, science fiction. But with all these similar concepts, it's all your treatment. It's how you treat and how you visualize your film and how you present it to your viewers. So I think that's all I wanted to say. And I really wanted to congratulate each and every one of you for making these films. And everybody will, of course, will not be a winner. like she said, everybody will not get the national award when you're making a film, when you're thinking about making a film. But believe you me, you have achieved something in life which I have always aspired to when I was a child, when I was 15 years old. So thank you so much for the wonderful film that you've given us. Any questions? So then we can go ahead. Thanks. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, judges, for this enlightening speech. It was really motivational, and I hope everybody sitting here have felt an encouragement into their veins. So please put a round of applause for the judges we have here. Now I would like Abhijit Ghosh sir to be on the stage and to felicitate Professor Dr. Sujoy Biswas, CEO of Techno India Group. So please. Sir, I will request you to say a few words.
Good afternoon to you all. Whether she says or not, I'm a compulsive speaker. I'm going to speak on any platform that I'm invited. So you cannot stop me from talking. I was just looking at her, that why she's not passing on the mic to me. Very sorry that I couldn't come in the morning. I couldn't make in the morning because I had some preoccupations with the university, with a lawyer, so I had to attend that. And also nobody reminded me. That's another reason, so I forgot that time. Because today, before the pujas, all the departments, I have to rush from here to the college. There is another program that, what are the successes of a true entrepreneur. So, and on films, I'm very interested. Sir, I enjoyed your lecture, the last portion. But at the same time, you can make a film if you are very focused. You know, the success of a person depends on a laser-like focus and holding on to the focus. As a filmmaker, doing anything behind the camera, before the camera, or any story, he says content is the king. Yes, content is the king because content stays today, either on an OTT platform or on a bigger platform. But in order to make the content, we have to see everyday life, what's happening. Our life is a film in itself. Every day, every moment that is passing is not going to come back. And if we do not enjoy that moment, you are done. 3 days before, I had a major fall. I had a major fall and a major injury on my on my rib bones. You know, but when I found that I have not been hurt that, I went up to the studio. I took the interview of the person who is ISI director. Today is the 325th episode of my show, Joyer Pothe Shonge Sujoy, and going for 6.5 years. I was not a person from the film background, but after a certain point of time, going through the academics and presenting to people like you, students like you, I found that I can make a difference and tried that. One thing only that we can do as human beings is to try. চেষ্টাই আমি করতে পারি, চেষ্টা করতে হবে, চেষ্টা করলে বলে স্বপ্ন দেখতে হবে, স্বপ্ন দেখলেই থাকবে স্বপ্ন পূরণের সম্ভাবনা. You may not be successful, but you won't repent that I didn't try, because it's a single life and all these moments that are passing by is not going to come. And films is very important. Films, documentaries, short films, photos, I found photographs are all very important because all this catches the moment or catches the society. If you want to pass a message to the society and you cannot do that by saying, be a politician, which is very difficult or very easy to be at this point of time, with all the respect to all the politicians at this point of time, you know, they have made a mess of all the politics in the country and in the state. So, if you want to make a change, আমি সব সময় বলি সোনার বাংলা কোনো রাজনৈতিক দল নেতা নেত্রী করবেন না, সোনার বাংলা করবে তোমার আমার মতন সোনার বাঙালি। আসুন হাতে হাত ধরি সোনার বাংলা গড়ি, হাতে হাত ধরি সোনার বাংলা গড়ি। So we have to make, আমরা একে দোষ দেবো, তাকে দোষ দেবো, ওকে দোষ দেবো, নিজে ঠিক করে সময় আসবো না, ক্লাস করবো না, পড়াশোনা করবো না, পড়াবো না, কোয়েশ্চেন করবো না, উত্তর দেখবো না, না দেখে নম্বর দেবো, আর বলবো ওই তো দিদি এই দিদি করেননি, ওই দাদা করেননি, passing out, just ঘাট বলে আমরা ইজি হচ্ছে ঘাটটা নামিয়ে দেয়া. And in order to make a film, in order to be good in making film has n number of departments behind the camera, in front of the camera and stuff like that. There are hundreds of technicians, hundreds of people, like the person who is putting on the mask, who is putting on the sari or the salwar or my coats and all. I do not know how many of you seen me. I had been last year, I had been doing a very popular serial called Khorkuto, where I played the role of a dancer, and I came to know the ins between how a serial is shot. That all the characters are not there. They say, "Ei dekho shoujonno, eita gungun chinta kore nin," and I learned it. যে ওইটা সৌজন্য, ওইটা গুণগান, কোথায় সৌজন্য, কোথায় গুণ, nobody is there. Actually you are caught in a frame and then they are edited and there is a master frame where everyone is taken. So one shot and then everybody is gone. Then people comes on their convenience and it's gone. So you learn every day. I learned every day to imagine that Shojan is a little bit tall, Gungun is a little bit short, Potka is somewhere in between. So I imagine the character. So this, you keep on developing, you keep on, and the director over there, I remember Snehashish Jana, I told Snehashish, you are one of the best. He said, sir, একটু গানটা কিন্তু আপনার হবে না, একটু স্যার একটু করুন স্যার, একটু গানটা গুনগুন গিয়ে উঠলো একদম বেসুরো গান, বলছি স্যার একটু আপনার তো এতে আছে, আপনার এক্সপ্রেশন আছে, গানটা কিন্তু আপনার হবে না, তোমারই হবে না, গান ভেবেছে ভালো কিন্তু হবে না গান. So these are kind of little kind of inputs with the directors like him and all puts into the actors, and then they develop it themselves, because you need to think, no master talk can make you a master. Only your hard work and practice can make you a master. বলছে আওয়াজ তুমি ততই করো যতটা তোমার সাধ্য, আওয়াজ তুমি ততই করো যতটা তোমার সাধ্য. মাস্টার টক করে গেল, আওয়াজ তুমি ততই করো যতটা তোমার সাধ্য. নেক্সট লাইনস ফর ইউ, চেষ্টা যেখানে বিরাজমান জয় সেখানে বাধ্য, চেষ্টা যেখানে বিরাজমান জয় সেখানে বাধ্য. So you will succeed, but at the same time you need to think that you are a central character in a film and you will make a difference to the film. You will make a film which will be as big as Sholay and you will be as big a star as Amitabh Bachchan. If you cannot think in yourself, who will think for you? কেউ কারো জন্য নেই, ট্রাস্ট মি, কেউ কারো জন্য নেই. বাঙালিদের তো আরো আছে পেছনে টেনে ধরা, পিএনপিসি আর পেছনে টেনে ধরা. সুতরাং নিজেকে করতে, আর যতটা উঁচু হবে তত তোমার সমালোচনা হবে, প্রচন্ড সমালোচনা হবে. সমালোচনাকে একটা জাস্ট স্পঞ্জ বক্সের মধ্যে অ্যাবজর্ব করতে হবে, যে আমাকে সমালোচনা করছে, আই এম বিং ক্রিটিসাইজড. দেয়ার আর টু টাইপস অফ ক্রিটিসিজম. ক্রিটিসিজম ফর ক্রিটিসিজম সেক, সমালোচনার জন্য সমালোচনা, ডোন্ট গো বাই ইট. বাট দেয়ার আর ক্রিটিক্স হু অ্যাকচুয়ালি ক্রিটিসাইজেস ইউ ফর ইউর বেটারমেন্ট, টেক দ্যাট অ্যান্ড গো অ্যাহেড. কেউ তোমাকে ভালোবাসে না তুমি নিজে ছাড়া, তোমাকে তোমার পজিশন করতে হবে. সে তোমার, উনি বলছেন না যে আই লার্ন ফ্রম এভরি ফিল্ম, অ্যান্ড this is absolutely 100% true. When you make a performance, write a letter, draft a script, পরের বার মনে হয় যেটা আরেকটু ভালো করতে পারে, আরেকটু উন্নতি করতে পারে. এটা এমন নয় যে ওনার মনে হয় আর কারো মনে হয় না. ইটস লাইক এভরি টাইম যে মনে হয়. সত্যজিৎ বাবুকে তাই জিজ্ঞেস করা হয়েছিল, সত্যজিৎ রাকে, যে আপনার কোনো ফিল্ম কি আছে যে আপনার কখনো মনে হয় যে এর আর কোনো এর চেয়ে ভালো করতে পারতেন? I forgot the answer, but he said yes, there is one film. I'm forgetting the answer, but there is one film he said that he said that সত্যজিৎ বাবুও যিনি লাইফ টাইম অস্কার পেয়েছেন, তারও যদি কাজে তিনি ভুল খুঁজে পান, তার মানে আমরা মানে টম ডিক হ্যারি কেউ তো সম্পূর্ণ নয়. সুতরাং we will keep on working. This is a very interesting subject. This is a subject which is happening subject. This is more than, attracts more people than even in computer science. But it depends on you whether you can make it or not. It depends how much hard work. কোনো মতে কি একটা টেলিভিশন চ্যানেলে ঢুকে গেলাম, কি একটা বুম নিয়ে চলে গেলাম, that you won't be able to make. যেটা বললেন দাদা, যেটা বললেন যে একটা যে কোনো একটা ক্যামেরা, you can make a camera and make a video and find out কিছু কি কন্টেন্ট করতে পারলে, কিছু কি চেঞ্জ করতে পারলে, and it's not easy to get, trust me. I was doing motivational programs, I was doing corporate motivational program. I wanted a digital marketing guy, I was going on, and people came and taking money and doing stuff. It was not happening. Then certain guys, two of the guys came and they said, sir, আমরা এরকম ভিডিও করতে পারি. আমি বললাম যে তোমার পয়সা দেবো না, তোমরা পয়সা দিলেই তোমরা চাকর হয়ে যাচ্ছ অ্যান্ড তারপর তোমরা কাজ ডেলিভার করছো না। Then they said, okay sir, আমরা কাজ করি তারপর করবেন। And they have come out with beautiful videos which I like. It's not the videos have got viral, but they have got huge views. আর একটা হচ্ছে আমি এইটাই চেয়েছিলাম যে when I did the video, when I make a talking, what are the visuals that are going to be there? I have made 2 poems on that and through poetries and recited them, and that is so beautifully designed in the background that you will really enjoy listening to them. So এইটা হচ্ছে একটা লোকের ঢুকে গেছে and they do not come for money, বলছে ছাড়ুন পয়সা আমি আপনার থেকে রোজগার করে নেব। The issue is সেই যে প্যাশন, সেই যে ক্রেভ, সেইটাকে লাগবে, মানে ভীষণ, মানে এ ছাড়া আমার চলবে না। If you cannot think like that, যে এইটা ছাড়া আমার কিছুতেই চলবে না, then only you can have success. সেই মানে মরণপণে গিয়ে থাকা। আজকে হয়তো অনেকে সমালোচনা করছেন, কিন্তু মমতা ব্যানার্জি মাটি কামড়ে পড়েছিল বলে 34 বছরের বামফ্রন্টের রুল চেঞ্জ করতে পেরেছিল। অ্যান্ড সামহাও কেউ যদি সেরকম মাটি কামড়ে না পড়ে থাকতে পারে, সে কখনো জীবনে কোনো সার্থকতা পাবে না, সাফল্য পাবে না। তারপর ভুল হতে পারে, কিন্তু সাফল্যের শিখরে ওঠার জন্য সেই মাটি কামড়ে পড়ে থাকা কিন্তু করা দরকার। ফিল্মসে তো আরো বটে, বিকজ ইটস এ ভেরি, I have acted with many of the leading actors in my time, and they're so unfortunate that they are so apprehensive what is going to happen next, that একটা সিরিয়াল বন্ধ হয়ে গেল, পরের সিরিয়াল হবে, তার এই যে EMI, তার কি করে কি করবে, they are so uncertain of their future. আমি তো জানি যে আমার টেকনো আছে, আমি টেকনো প্র্যাকটিস আছে, করেছে, আমার 2 বছর না করলে কিছু হয় না। So it's a very uncertain world, but once you are into that, then you have found, ওই যে ছেলেটা মরে গেল কি জানো করোনার মধ্যে, লম্বা করে ছেলেটা, খুব বড় হিরো, সুশান্ত রাজপুত, right from being an engineer he became চলার সময় বোধহয় 100-150 কোটি টাকা রেখে গেছে। So you can do that. Money will run after you. You have to keep on working, and money will, if you run after money, you're not going to make it. If you run after your passion, your job, love that, then it's going to happen. আজকে আর হিন্দি কোড বলবো না, ইংরেজি কোড বলে শেষ করব। বলছে success is failure turned inside out. Success is failure turned inside out. The silver tint of clouds of doubt. The silver tint of clouds of doubt. And you never know how close you are. You never know how close you are. You may be near, but it seems so far. So stick to the fight when you are hardest hit. So stick to the fight when you are hardest hit. It's when things seem worst that you must not quit. It's when things seem worse that you must not quit. It's when things seem worse that you must not quit. कोशिश करने वालों की कभी हार नहीं होती, कभी हार नहीं, कभी हार। Thank you, thanks so.
In the documentary category, the 3rd prize goes to the 3rd prize for the documentary category goes to Surabhi, directed by Rituparna Thakuria. Second prize for the documentary category goes to KA-19, directed by Manish Kumar Goradi. May I please request Savan Nandi to collect the prize on his behalf. Now the first prize for the documentary category of the International Student Film Festival 2022 Frameology goes to Inside Outside, directed by Urmika Vadva. Since she is not present at this moment, may I request Aman Sharma to collect on his behalf. on her. Thank you so much, ma'am. Now may I please request Sujay Biswas sir to present the awards for the special mention of the short documentary category. DM Library directed by Saurabh Prabha Chatterjee. Since Saurabh Prabha Chatterjee is not here, so she will be collecting on her behalf. Next is Pie Chart directed by Himabu Sarkar. I'm so sorry, Himantru Sarkar. Last but not the least, the special mention category for the short documentary is Basto Kumartuli, directed by Aritra Kundu. May I please request Debanjan Chakraborty to collect on his behalf. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Any of you making a film, documentary, OTT, anything, short character, and I will be looking forward to oblige. Sir, madam, to all of you. You know, I don't leave a stage. বলছে যদি শব্দ বললেই তো বলে না স্বপ্ন দেখলেই থাকবে স্বপ্ন পূরণের সম্ভাবনা so if you don't let people know that you're interested, how are people going to go inside your mind with this is not my profession? So to all the students, to all the filmmakers over there, that everyone says that you look different, you talk different, you act different, so I thought that I should before leaving for my next lecture, I'll just put a humble submission to all of you, to young filmmakers like you, that I feel I can make a difference, and whether you believe me or not, it's up to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. Now I would request Ishan Ghosh sir to present the special mention certificates for the short film category. I would request Abhijit sir to join him. The special mention category for the short film of the International Student Film Festival goes to Through an Ant's Eye, directed by Arijit Das. Deboti. Okay. May I please request Deboti to collect on his behalf? The next special mention is Baya, directed by Rishabh Mohanty. I would request Indrajit to collect on his behalf. Last but not the least, the special mention for the short film category is Develop End, directed by Avinav. May I please request Saurav Pal again to collect the award on his behalf. Thank you so much, sir. Now may I please welcome Manoj Michigan sir to present the awards for the short film category of the International Student Film Festival 2022 Frameology. The third prize for the short film category goes to Zero, directed by Sayantika Modak. Sure, ma'am. Please put your hands together for the third prize winner of the short film category. Thank you so much. Now I would like to present the second prize winner for the short film category of the International Student Film Festival. That is Bati, directed by Akshay Sarjirao Danavale. May I please request Aman Sharma to collect on his behalf since he is not present at this moment. Thank you so much. Now I'd like to declare the winner of the short film category of the International Student Film Festival 2022 Frameology. And the winner is Udbhegya, directed by Suman Kumar. A round of applause for the winner of the short film category. So, thank you so much. May I now request the man who came up with this idea, a platform for us, for the artists of cinema, the man without whom this festival would not be possible. So please welcome and put your hands together for the Dr. Jyotirmay Dev sir. Jyotirmay Dev sir, please welcome and deliver the vote of thanks.
Hello. Good afternoon all. It's a long day. It's a long week rather. It's a long month rather. So you all are working hard since the last 1 or 2 months. It's my privilege to have been asked to propose a vote for thanks on the occasion of Frameology International Student Film Festival 2022 of Techno India University, led by iNurture Education Solutions. I, on the behalf of BFA-Digital Filmmaking and VFX department, extend very hearty gratitude to all filmmakers for gracing your crucial work and sharing with us. Thank you very much for all the filmmakers, and please clap for them. Now, I would like to express my heartiest gratitude to the persons without whose support and encouragement we would not have been able to organize it successfully. And they are Dr. Sujay Nair, Chief Product Officer, iNurture Education Solution, Dr. Shraddha Kanwar ma'am, Chief Learning Officer, iNurture Education Solution, Dr. Sagar Gulati, Deputy Director, Academics, iNurture Education Solution, Mr. Ashim Kumar Dash, Vertical Head, Animation VFX Game, iNurture Education Solutions. The eminent authorities of Techno India Group and University, without whose support and guidance, we would not have been able to make this day a grand success. Thank you, ma'am. Professor Manushi, I would like to start naming them. Professor Manushi Rai Chaudhuri, Co-Chancellor, Techno India University and Co-Chairman, Techno India Group. Mr. Meghdut Rai Chaudhuri, Global Director, Techno India Group. Ms. Pauline Lavar, Sustainable Director, Techno India Group. Professor Dr. Shujai Biswas, CEO, Techno India Group. Mr. Anit Adhikari, Vice President, Techno India Group. Professor Dr. Gautam Sengupta, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Techno India University. Professor Dr. Reena Palodhi ma'am, Director, Techno India University. Professor Dr. Gagan Parekh sir, Dean, School of Management, Techno India University. Mr. Partho Das Bisha sir. Without him, we would not have been able to make this program seamlessly. Professor Ishan Ghosh sir, Student Coordinator and Teacher, Techno India University. We have been fortunate enough to have the eminent persona from the industry as jury member, Mr. Shubroto Sen, who is not here today, unfortunately. Ms. Indrani Chakraborty ma'am, Mr. Manoj Michigan sir, thank you very much for your valuable opinions. Now, I would like to thank our HOD sir, Abhijit Ghosh, without whose tireless... The clap says everything. The clap says everything. Yes, the clap says everything. Without his tireless effort, determination, we would not have been able to make this program a grand success. I would like to thank my colleagues, Tapas Chakraborty sir, Obhik Das sir, Jannavi madam, Jannavi Chakraborty ma'am, and Tuhin, especially, for their moderate support and enthusiasm. And now, a big round of applause for our students. Without those hard work, tireless effort, diligence, perseverance, skill, artistic views, unity, yes, I repeat, unity, and the professionalism that he shows throughout, it would not have been possible for us to execute our plan. And they are Indrajit Shikdar, Shourab, Dolon, Shaun, Riya, Pooja, Rikshik, Rajorshi, Debanjan, Aman, Nilabho, Aniket, Ullash, Shoikot, Probuddho, Orpita. Pardon me if I forget someone's name. A big thanks to our ex-student Gaurav for his active participation during the preparative phase. It has been our pleasure to host all the participants of the festival. The participants were very enthusiastic, and I am thankful for them coming here to attend the festival and making it a grand success. It's not the end, it's just the beginning. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. I would like to conclude with a quote, as we say, in every ending, there is a new beginning. With this, we come to an end of today's film festival, but to the beginning of a new chapter in Techno India University's fest. I hope you had a blast, and next year we will come back soon with more excitement. Thank you so much for being such an excitement full of audience, and this energy, we will come back soon, क्योंकि, as we say, picture अभी बाकी है मेरे दोस्त. Thank you so much all.